Imagine standing in a kingdom where every problem, every obstacle, sits in front of you like a giant, unmovable stone. Everyone tries to push it. Everyone strains, sweats, struggles. And still, the stone never moves. But then, someone walks up, looks at it differently, and solves the problem effortlessly. Not because they were the strongest, but because they were the smartest. Today's story is about that someone, and the lesson behind it might just shift the way you approach your own life. In a quiet kingdom surrounded by mountains, the king placed a massive stone in the courtyard. It was huge, taller than most men, heavier than any animal in the land. He called his strongest soldiers, his most disciplined workers, even competitive athletes from the nearby towns. One by one, they approached the stone. They pushed. They pulled. They tried every ounce of force they had. But the stone didn't move. Not an inch. Soon, frustration filled the courtyard. People started blaming themselves. Maybe I'm not strong enough. Maybe I'm not disciplined enough. Maybe the king expects the impossible. Sound familiar? We do the same in real life. We face problems, bad habits, insecurities, old fears, and try to brute force our way through them. We push harder, we grind more, we exhaust ourselves, but nothing changes. And just like the king's courtyard, we begin to doubt ourselves. That's when the twist appears. Late in the day, when the crowd was tired and the king sat quietly, watching the failures pile up, a young boy walked up. Not a warrior, not a trained worker, a simple boy carrying a small hammer. The crowd laughed, some rolled their eyes. The king said nothing. The boy examined the giant stone, gently touched its surface, then started tapping. Tap, tap, tap. Not with force, but with intention. Small cracks formed. People leaned closer. Tap, tap, tap. The giant stone began splitting into pieces. First into halves, then into chunks, then into small, manageable stones. The boy picked up the pieces, one at a time, and carried them away. Within minutes, the unliftable stone was gone. The crowd was stunned. The soldiers who had strained their muscles all day watched in silence. The king finally stood up and said, "Strength isn't force, it's strategy." That moment reveals something powerful, something most people never learn. If a problem feels impossible, you're probably using the wrong tool. Most of us try to build discipline through force, forcing a routine, forcing a habit, forcing motivation. We try to build confidence the same way, by pushing ourselves into situations we're not prepared for. We try to break bad habits by fighting them head on, but brute force rarely wins. Instead, strategy does. Just like the boy with the hammer, you don't need more strength. You need a better approach. Here's how to apply this in your own life. 1. Break the big problem into small pieces. Don't fix your life. Fix your morning routine. Fix that one habit. Fix that one thought. 2. Replace force with systems. Want discipline? Create a small, repeatable system. Not huge goals, tiny actions. 3. Work with your mind, not against it. Build habits so small they're almost impossible to avoid. Win the day in small pieces. 4. Question the stone, not your strength. If something feels impossible, don't ask, "Why am I not strong enough?" Ask, "How can I break this down?" That single shift turns struggle into progress. The king's challenge was never about physical strength. It was about wisdom, perspective, strategy. You don't need to push harder to change your life. You just need to think smarter. And take the first small piece in your hands. Because once you break the obstacle down, you'll realize it was never unliftable, just misunderstood. If today's story helped you see your challenges differently, let me know in the comments. And remember, discipline starts small, confidence grows quietly, and a smarter strategy beats force every single time. If you like the story, please give it a like and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories like this one. Thank you for staying with us. See you in next story with new thoughts and new lessons.